Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Willis Wit and Wisdom. My name is Eric Willis,
And I'm Bob Willis.
and we're here to just talk about life and loss and leadership, conflict, really just the well-being and doing life. Uh,
Mhm.
so, uh, Dad, what topic would you like to talk about today?
Well, I wrote early this morning on the Morning Moments on Facebook about laughter, the importance of putting laughter into our lives. And I think we need to think in those terms, especially for grievers.
Hmm.
It's okay to laugh. You know what I find, Eric, is that a lot of people, after a loss in their life, they almost feel like they're unfaithful to their loved one's memory if they laugh again. It's like a guilt that's like a cloud over them. But in reality, life is made of laughter and tears. And so we need to get back in that realm of laughter. It's hard to do it, but there are some things we can do that will, there's some things we can do to help that, I guess. If they
There you,
watch, yeah, they can watch this YouTube and they can laugh at us. No
they can
problem.
do that. Yeah.
They can. Yeah, but some people use, in fact, one lady reminded me this morning, they use board games in their family, playing board games that brings out some laughter and some competition. And I have found that to be the case because you can't always just find something on television that's going to make you laugh. There
Yeah.
are some things that you get little pieces of laughter, but a board game among family and friends can last a little longer, and there can be a way of turning off the grief and putting yourself into the moment.
Yeah, and it can be the silliest little thing, and things that you try to tell someone later how funny it was, and you realize, I guess you just had to be there. It's
Right, that's the
those
key.
where someone
Yeah.
mispronounced a word or something, and it was funny in that
Hmm.
moment.
Hmm.
And so funny
Hmm.
comes in the moments, and sometimes it's
Yes.
hard to define them later or characterize them. They don't have to be your most embarrassing moments or anybody else's, but uh, be in the moment.
Right. You know, after we lose a loved one, it's another loss if we lose our sense of humor with that. So we should look for things that are humorous. And I even see those in funerals, and people see things and hear things at funerals, and there's a conflict of emotion because we're supposed to be sad, and all of a sudden here's something funny that slips in. But when I conduct a funeral service, I want to remember the person who died, and will incorporate things that are humorous. And I think laughter and tears at a funeral—that's the way to go. I mean, that's real life.
Yeah,
If you think about it from birth, when there's a birth, the baby's crying and everyone else is joyful and laughing. And
mm,
so I think we need to carry those same elements right through our life.
yeah, absolutely. And when I help those individuals who are in the grieving process, and I've officiated funerals and things, and family members will eulogize or say something about the loved one who's passed away, and
Mhm.
they say, I don't know what to say, and so I'll help them along. And
Right.
one of the things I coach them, if you will, to include in their eulogy is, what are some of the funniest things you remember? Uh,
Hmm.
be-
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah, I think getting back to that balance is what we try to find in life. And I did use a word earlier, and I'm serious about it. Some people feel guilty
yeah,
after a loss, after someone dies. There's a guilt almost if I laugh or even if I feel good, I'm not honoring their life. Well,
you're
that's
betraying them.
false.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to get back to our heart level and to remember that there's some things that are very serious, but there's also those times of laughter. So there's a blending of that, and it's okay to do it. Whether it's renting a silly movie of some type, but something that triggers a little bit of laughter for us. And some of us laugh within more than we do outwardly. I'm more of an inward laughter when something's happening it's going on in here as opposed to outward.
mhm,
I can remember my granddad. I mean, I only have snippets of memories of my granddad on my dad's side. I remember him laughing so hard he turned red, his eyes were watering, he couldn't talk, telling about some large woman who slipped on the ice, getting in a wagon or something, and that's what spurred him. He couldn't finish his story, and now I know what that's like. I
yeah,
do the same thing.
yeah,
Can't finish the story.
yeah. And laughter, there's something about it, and in this ancient writing that some have read, it says laughter is good medicine.
Right.
So when you think about that, there's some positive effects physically for us.
Right. In fact, as I posted this morning, I think it's 15 minutes of laughter a day lowers the blood pressure and helps blood sugar levels. It's our entire attitude, just 15 a day.
Mhm.
When the Oklahoma City bombing took place here, there was so much on the media. Of course, you turn on television, that's all it was showing the bombing and all talking about that. And the message went to school teachers to put away the books, don't try to do any learning. Let's put out something that's laughter. And so they played a lot of Disney stuff. They played some things that help kids enjoy the moment, to get down to that level again, to get away from that constant load of bad news.
Yeah, and man, we are aren't we in a season now in 2020 of it seems like we're just
Mm,
bombarded with frustrations and disappointments and
right.
bad
Mm,
news and uh,
right.
all
We
of that.
forgot how to laugh.
So that's
Forgot
our
how to
point
laugh.
today is laugh.
Yeah.
And people laugh differently at different things. There's
Hmm.
slapstick comedy. There's different types of humor that's out there.
Hmm.
Um,
Right.
and so find what makes you laugh and
Right.
enjoy it.
Right. And there's one element that we'll get into. In fact, next week we'll start a series that's talking about grief during the holidays.
Hmm.
Sometimes there's a lot of holiday moments that we reflect upon that bring some laughter, a little bit of humor, things that we know happen in our family, and it's okay to laugh about it.
Yeah.
And we'll start next week and talking about some ways to cope with the holiday grief, because grief isn't going to go away. The holidays aren't going away. And instead of trying to leap over them, we'll take some initiative and plan for them. I
Yeah.
had one lady tell me that she would like to go to sleep the night before Thanksgiving and wake up the 2nd of January. She'd like to just skip the holidays because of the death of her husband, but can't skip them. So we'll prepare ourselves to walk into that.
So that's what we're going to be focusing on in the next couple of episodes of Willis Wit and Wisdom.
Hmm. Yep.
So in preparation for that, laugh a little bit. Find a
Yep.
place
Yeah.
to engage that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I start my mornings with laughter because I look in the mirror the first thing, and that brings it about. Because my house is haunted, I guess, because every time I look in the mirror, there's an old man that jumps up between me and the mirror, and
it's amazing how that happens.
every morning.
Uh,
Uh,
yes, yes. Well, I'm glad that old man jumps up in the mirror every morning.
yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
being looked at, not viewed. That's
yeah.
right.
Thanks for brushing your hair this morning. So
Yeah, I did.
made
Does it look
yourself
okay?
presentable. Yep, looks great. So.
Good.
All right, folks. Well, send us emails. Dad, how can they email you?
Yeah, love to hear from you. rwillis14 at cox.net. That's my email. rwillis14 at cox.net. You can follow me on Facebook, Bob Willis on Facebook. Every morning, I will put a morning moment. That's MOURNING. Something about grief, something about loss. But you're welcome to follow me. Don't stalk me, but you can
Mhm.
follow me on Facebook. How
Yes.
about you, E?
Yeah. Facebook. Actually, I am. I joined. You can join these different groups on Facebook.
Right.
So I joined one called The Far Side, which Gary Larson is a cartoonist
Yes.
who draws these cartoons. So every day I get a dose of the Far Side cartoons that just make me laugh. So
Yeah.
uh,
Good.
that's one way that you can find a way to laugh and stuff.
Yes.
Uh,
I, I like his humor. I'm gonna have to plug into that one.
yeah, that's a good one. It's a fun one. But folks, you can find me at reclaimleadership.org, and my email and contact information is there. Would love to connect with you. And the reason that we're giving you our contact information is we would love to answer the questions that you have, the things that you're struggling with, and also the things that you're celebrating in life. And
Right.
you're going to hit um, places in your life where you're wondering, is this normal? Am I going crazy? With
Mhm.
what life's throwing your way. We would love to engage and share that with others um,
Right.
in an anonymous way. We're not going to mention your name and say this is what so and so is struggling with. So
Yeah.
answer this question.
Yeah.
Uh, but we want to address the things that are important to you. So that's how you can get in touch with us and we'd look forward to hearing from you. Any last words, Dad?
Nope, just I love you. Folks, get in contact with us. Thanks for following us.
Love you too, Dad. And thank you guys for being with us, and we'll talk to you next time.